It's 1979, and with the new year have come a lot of changes. Saskatchewan's sales tax went up yesterday from 3 to 5%, and the prices of many everyday purchases are also increasing. It's predicted that bread will go up by 7 to 10 cents a loaf. Butter and cheese prices are expected to increase by 5 or 6 cents a pound. For the first time, sportsmen will have to have a $10 firearms acquisition certificate before buying a rifle or shotgun. Heating oil and gasoline prices were supposed to rise by 3 cents a gallon on March the 1st, but that's been postponed until September the 1st. Airfares were also supposed to go up by about $7 a ticket this month, but that's been delayed until March the 1st. Many people hope that the federal budget brought down in November would provide tax cuts to offset those rising prices. But Gordon Burney, a chartered accountant, says that hope never materialized.
The individual won't see many changes in his personal income tax for '79. The budget did indicate that indexing would be continued. It did indicate that there would be an employment expense deduction, which is already in the tax laws, but the maximum will be increased from $250 to $500.
Burney says in the long run, it's going to be a break-even proposition for consumers if the rate of inflation stays at 9%. If it goes up in 1979, consumers will be on the losing end. As well, Burney says small businessmen are facing an uncertain future because of the November budget.
What it did was suggest that the small business deduction, which is a thing that provides a low rate of tax for small business, would not necessarily be available to all small business. The rate of tax is a differential between 26% in Saskatchewan, which small business now can calculate its tax at, versus 50%, a 24% tax differential, a very difficult and extremely high differential for small business to not be able to obtain in determining their income tax cost each year.
In other areas, people collecting unemployment insurance will find their checks a little bit smaller as of January the 7th, when a reduced benefit rate takes effect. Old-age pensioners, on the other hand, will find their monthly checks a little bit bigger. The combination of changes in family allowance payments, the new child tax credit, and the abolition of the $50 per child tax reduction will leave the average tax-paying family with a net gain of about $1 a week in the new year. The overall outlook may not seem very bright, but it's probably brighter in Saskatchewan than anywhere else in Canada. Our unemployment rate is one of the lowest in the country, and our daily cost of living is also at the low end of the scale. Couple that with the prediction that Saskatchewan is in for an economic boom, and there's hope that it may be a happy new year after all. Kathy Little, CBC News, Saskatoon.